Hi everybody, welcome to the Age of Listening channel. As always, we'll be going deep, and when you go deep into the symbols in the RWS deck, you're able to see the story of each card and learn tarot a lot faster. Today we're looking at the Temperance card, which is a number 14 in the deck, representing Sagittarius, and the planet is Jupiter. So when you have 14, you always add the 1 and the 4 together because you want to bring it down to its singular number, which is 5. So it's talking about expansion, new beginnings, and also you being constructive in your expansion. Okay, I think that's the only way I can explain it. So this card shows us a new kind of victory. The Chariot was fixed by his stone touching the earth, even though he had a huge river behind him. The Angel of Temperance stands with 1 foot on land and 1 foot in the water. And this shows the Fool, when he meets this card, that, okay, you need to have harmony and balance. She's in, I always say she, it's not, it's because it's a very pretty angel. The angel is encouraging the Fool to allow our inner core to emerge, who we really are. She is centered, she's facing us, she's centered and calm but deliberate. And she shows the Fool that moderation and self-restraint is the way forward. The Fool has needed to find a bit of temperance, really, after the Death card that we just saw. How does one allow the ego to die? He asks, and then he bumps into the Temperance card, and she's showing the Fool how to stay balanced in life experiences that you meet. So this is kind of the sort of card that you'll meet when, how am I going to do well at the job interview? And it says, remain calm, remain balanced. How am I going to do on this date? Remain calm, remain balanced. Yeah, do you understand where this card is coming from? It's telling you how to do something, rather than with some of the major arcana cards, they're kind of telling you, okay, this is part of you, this is part of your nature. And then you've got other cards which say, just do this, you know, this is the way. It's not a part of you, it's an action that you have to perform, and this card is giving you that action to perform. So let's look at some of the symbols. So with the water here, this water leads, or rather the path comes out of the water. So she keeps one toe in this watery, subconscious, emotional, feminine energy here. And this helps her stay in tune with God, Creator God, and Creator energy, however you want to just talk about that, really. And what is on the earthly plane, the conscious masculine mind. So feminine and masculine, again, dualities. Then we have the path here, which, as I say, comes out of the water, and it's a narrow path. And now when you have a narrow path, it's talking about, it's very easy to come off the narrow path. And off the narrow path is not being balanced, letting things get on top of you, so forth. But if you stay on that narrow path, you get to wear the crown. You get to stand and be connected back to God, for God is inside of you, but often we don't know that God is inside of us. And so it's true connectiveness to our Creator. Now, the mountains around, these all represent challenges. Mountains in cards always represent that there are challenges to face, and there are lots of them. This is a hilly environment. It's probably one of the hilliest environments in the deck. And the last mountainous area has got ice on it, and this all signifies that this is quite an isolating experience. This is a job that you can only do alone. No one's going to hold your hand, and you know, religions, any religions, they're a breeding ground for codependency. I mean, I know that there's a lot to be said for joining together. I'm not saying that isn't true, but on the whole, they tend to keep people quite stupid, really. They tend to keep, there's a spiritual wall, a spiritual ceiling that everyone seems to hit. And I had to leave religion because I realised I kept hitting this ceiling and thinking, well, I know there's more, and looking around me and realising nobody seems to even realise there is a ceiling here. And so, you know, I had to leave because I wasn't willing to remain with the knowledge of an 8-year-old, quite frankly. So the mountains, it's all about internal work. It's all about internal work. Now, I've said before, my personal feelings, these backgrounds are, when they're white, it means it's a matter of fact. And as they get bluer and bluer, it shows more and more emotions will be taking place within this card. And it's the first card that I've seen that's gotten bluer. It started to get blue with the Hangman, but here she's smudged a bit more blue into it. Just my personal thing. So she's got the symbol of the triangle and the square. These can be symbolic of so many things, to be honest, whether it's the feminine or masculine energies, whether it's earth and water, the spiritual state and the material state, whatever really. But we know it's about the kind of the dualities of life, or the polarities, if you want to say it like that. The cups, you can see she's either got her eyes closed, which means, sorry, Angel Michael, Archangel Michael. Her eyes are either closed, or which demonstrates that she's going within herself, connecting to Creator God, or looking down, assessing and concentrating on the task at hand, which is blending. So she's going backwards and forwards with this. It's not just tipping that into that. She's doing this. So it's in my hand. So tipping and tipping and tipping and tipping. So she's mixing and mixing until it is perfectly balanced. The angel on her forehead, I tried to look this up, basically, which chakra is it, because I immediately put crown chakra, but when I looked it up, it actually was saying, well, it's the third eye. So, you know, I'm not really going to argue over it, but it's the sun sign, and it's representing the third eye. This really is about, if you don't know anything about the third eye, she's seeing the world through God's eyes, or your higher self, whichever way you want to look at it. She's seeing life with her emotions, other people's emotions, other experiences. She's seeing it through Creator God's eyes. She's wearing white, showing purity, coming from a pure place. She's facing us, really showing us, hey, this is how you do it. You know, it's kind of the Mary Berry of spirituality. Sorry, that's a cooking program presenter that used to be on. She's demonstrating to us how we should approach life. The wings have got two different meanings. It can either be to show the strength it will take and the Sagittarius or the fire spirit that it's going to take to accomplish this job on a day-to-day, sometimes minute-by-minute basis. But some people have said, you know, it's talking about the want to transform is really a hard life lesson, and unless you are of the fire energy, it's going to be a lot harder for you, because Sagittarius do it very, very easily. I know it's not called it a halo, but emanating from her is this intuitive, psychic power source from God. That's the way she's able to do this. And really, so far, that is kind of what this card means. When we look at the, put that aside now, and we look at the light seers, he's got the symbols here of the triangle within the square. He's juggling the moon and the sun, masculine energy, feminine energy, and he's able to, they're going backwards and forwards as if they are in the eternal 8. And he's resting in his spiritual, with the spiritual creator energy behind him is allowing and helping him to balance and keep his life balanced. Then we can see with us over on the Everyday Witch, it's beautiful because she's got one eye closed, showing she's meditating, but one eye open, showing she's aware of earthly things. She's got healthy book learning and water and ice and carrots on one side, and she's got alcohol and cupcakes on the other. So she's trying to remain balanced in spite of it all. It's a wonderful card. With the Witch's Tarot, as always, it's kind of very, very close to the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. It's showing prosperity. I like the fact that there's a lot of greenery around, and it is showing that you will prosper if you put the work in to actually remaining balanced in your life. So reversed is really behaviours and actions that are out of balance. And you know, a trick I always have is when you turn it upside down, what do you see? At the top you're seeing emotions, but base emotions are really leading the person. They're not balanced. They are swinging from one emotion to the other. They're having phobias and addictions. Where at the top here we have this person is led by this intuition. Third eye is open. They're going within, and they are trying to be as Christ-like, and Christ means anointing. So this angel is residing in her anointing. This card calls you to rest in your anointing, that Christ-like energy. Okay, so it talks about moderation and restraint and tact. It can be a card about divine messages that are coming to you on working on spiritual healing and any transformation. So it's an easy card, really. I don't really think I need to say anything more. It's not really a yes card. It's more of a yes, but. It's a kind of a bit of a nudge, or not a warning, but it's kind of a nudge card to say, you know, what will I need to help this job, help me get this job, or help the interview go well, or help this first date to go along. And when you receive this card, it's like saying, well, okay, but don't just be balanced. Don't worry. Just take it easy. It'll be fine. Be positive. Be in control. And if you get this, let's say you're going on a date, what's he going to be like? And you get this upside down reversed. Yeah, I'd be on guard a little bit. I'd be looking for red flags of someone who might have addictions, who might be very emotional, a very emotionally run person, and for that I'd automatically see that as a no, to be honest. Yep, I'm probably gonna enjoy the day or enjoy the date, but then probably not seeing him again. But I'd definitely be looking for red flags. Okay, well, I hope that really helped cement into your eyes what the Temperance card means. Thank you. Bye.